Hello YouTubers, 2016 Nissan Rogue, and we will be changing transmission fluid on it. So to start, I would recommend to have your transmission warm, vehicle jacked up, leveled, and then strongly recommend to check the transmission level. So there is a transmission tube with the plug, and you need to get the plug out, obviously, to get inside. So this is the plug, and I will show you in 1 second how you get it out. So basically, if you see, there's this metal piece, this bracket that holds the plug, and sometimes it could be a little bit tricky to get the plug out. So in general, this is the plug. You go with the screwdriver, and there is like a tongue inside. You want to push it towards the core of the plug, and actually the metal piece will go exactly how the screwdriver goes right now. So basically, you go inside to the right of the tongue, push it towards the core, pull it out. So next, you need to check the level, and there is no dipstick with this SUV, so you need to make one. So to make a dipstick, you can use any flexible piece of strap or a wire, and from the bend where it hits the tube till the end, it's supposed to be 23 inch, and the level of the fluid, transmission hot, engine idle, should be 21.5 inch from the top. So basically, I'll show you closer. So this is the top level, and this is where my fluid was right now. The transmission is not hot, it's just slightly warm. So that's basically in range. So when it's hot, it probably will get closer to the top. But when we change, we will try to put the same amount as we took out. Since there is no leaks, the car has only 86,000 kilometers on it, so we'll just replace with the same amount that we get out. So now we will go underneath the vehicle, and there is a 19 millimeter plug to drain the fluid. Alright, so here is our transmission and 19 mil plug. There should be roughly 5 liters, 4.5, 5 liters of fluid drained. So have a tray big enough to catch all your fluid, since after that you want to measure and see how much you got out. So now we'll just remove this plug, and under that plug there is a crash washer. So it's not in general reusable, so you will need to get the new one from the dealership. It's super cheap, it's probably less than $2. But now we drain the fluid, and we will take a sample to compare the old one and the new one. But for now, we will just let it drain. Alright, so here's our plug, and here's the old washer, and the new washer looks like this. You can see that it's collapsible, so when you torque it back, it just compresses it and has a good seal. Usually you are looking for any debris like shavings on this plug, but to be quite honest, I don't think it's even magnetic in here. So it was clean, and we will check the fluid for any shavings, but the plug was clean. So basically we'll just put a new washer in. In terms of fluid, this is 2016 Nissan, and it uses NS-3, important. So if you look in here, it says Nissan NS-1, -2, -3. Older Nissans, they use -2. From what I understand, -3 can replace -2 and -1, but you should never use lower grade than it's recommended. And these transmissions are well known to be the point of failure on Nissan, the CVT transmissions. Though, if you maintain them right, if you do the maintenance, they should last long. They have like a steel metal belt inside, and if you cook the fluid, if you don't change it frequently enough, and I would recommend changing it not more than 100,000 Ks, that belt fail and your transmission fail. In terms of the filter, there is no serviceable filter in this transmission, but usually there are 1 or 2 screens inside the transmission. So for example, if you drain the fluid and you see a lot of shaving, I would recommend to take the pen off, get those screens out, get them washed, all those filters, and put them back. But the filters is not something that you would normally change or clean with the regular maintenance on this cars. Basically the fluid is draining right now. When it stops draining, we will put the plug back, and we will measure the quantity of the fluid we drained and fill with the fresh one. Alright, so I have put the plug back in and torque it to roughly 25 foot-pounds to crush the washer. I used almost 4 liters of 4 quarts of the fluid. There is just slightly left in this one, so I will just double check the level when I start the vehicle, put it in neutral, idling with my dipstick to make sure that it's approximately at the same level as it was before I drained it. So I used just a funnel with the hose that goes into the tube. So right now the transmission is filled. I will get it started, let it run for a few minutes to warm it up a bit, and then we'll check the level again. So I checked the level and it was slightly lower than before. So basically I used 4 full bottles, 4 quarts of fluid, what is a little bit less than 4 liters, and now it's at the same level as it was before. So right now we just need to put the plug back and our transmission should be ready to go. One note: when you check the transmission fluid, make sure that vehicle is idling. You switched all the gears from the parking to low to the reverse to drive, to make sure that the fluid went into all the valves, and then you check it. So that's how you change the transmission fluid on 2016 Nissan Rogue CVT. Have fun and do it yourself.